One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. The Bears will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So UTEP's offense will take the first swing of the game. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Under fire. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with a big one.
And the Miners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to throw. It's Nelson. Sets up the screen. Good, solid tackle. Guys, let's talk for just a minute about UTEP. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the... There he goes! They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The Miners are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Setting up the screen. On the move at the 30. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. And the Miners come to the line with a new set of downs. Taylor has it. He's inside the 10. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. The Miners are threatening on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, UTEP!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Missouri State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Clark wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught in the backfield, it's Joyner. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Robinson. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. After picking up a couple of first downs already on this drive, they'll snap it from close to midfield. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And the Bears can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Finds his man. It's Johnson. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Bears come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. He'll keep it on the sneak. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the 1st quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and UTEP has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Off the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Finds his man, it's Johnson. Turning it on! He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down.
Touchdown, Bears! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They get the score and maybe a little extra time with the trainers in recovery after the game as a result of that hit.
He's going to be taking an ice bath after this game. This is a physical defense, and this quarterback knew coming into this game he was going to have to make plays like that. He knew he was going to get hit. He knew he was going to get punished, but you're just seeing so much maturity. So impressive watching this quarterback play from the pocket.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Dropping back, it's Nelson. Oh, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. That's caught, it's Thomas. Tripped up for the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down.
Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Wilson. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. And the Miners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to power their way ahead. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41.
And that's a first.
And they may have caught the defense snapping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that 3rd down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football in these 3rd down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
The Miners in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback making adjustments. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Miners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Wilson. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Miners will have it 1st and 10. They just keep firing. That's reeled in. It's Thomas. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To throw, it's Nelson. Flips it out on the screen. Fights off a defender. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Miners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it with Wilson. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Miners kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it on the move. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback.
And that's a tough thing to do, man. Get this guy on the ground. You've already seen it. He's got a rushing touchdown in this football game. Down here in the red zone, you know his feet are going to be a big part of the offense.
Into the house. Touchdown, Miners.
Touchdown.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, guys, the Bears offense comes onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll go to the ground. And he's swallowed up in the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Bring in the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Boots, his first of the day away, was called on 4 times in the victory last week. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Nelson. Grabbed over the middle, it's Thomas. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. And the Miners moving quickly to the line. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. He'll be run out of bounds right at the 25. They'll operate out of split backs. Looking downfield very late in the half. Got room to work. And he scoops his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Miners have moved it inside the 20. Looking to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UTEP.
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense, something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. On the run, it's Lawrence. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, thanks. Looks like we've had ourselves a very enjoyable first half so far.
And the Miners will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Missouri State offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Here's the pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got the first down and more. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Bears are on the move. Got it behind the line. It's Robinson. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
He'll keep it himself. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. And the Bears have it with a 1st and goal. Trying to slam in. And he'll be stopped for no gain. Still sitting at the 3-yard line. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Clark to fire. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
He'll set up to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Missouri State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Nice job by the quarterback, hanging in the pocket, hanging in there. He knew he was going to take a lick. He took the lick, delivered a strike, and got the score.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Trying to make magic with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately
breaks into the open. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Taylor. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Miners can really attack on this 2nd and short. The short hands, it's Wilson. Quick step and go. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Nelson. On the run, fires downfield. Touchdown, UTEP. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Bear offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions, really need to cash in on this drive. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Joyner. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Bears will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. We've come to the break, and it's UTEP holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for 2nd down. They feed him again. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And the Miners are facing 3rd and inches. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Miners. Once he got some room, it was over. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Missouri State offense. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Got a man, it's Johnson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Bears want to move quickly. Clark wants to throw. That, friends, is a busted play, incomplete.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
Offense facing 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Miners are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 3rd. Grab near the marker. It's Thomas. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to set up the screen. Looking for the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, UTEP. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Clark to fire. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Rushes on him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open downfield. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Robinson. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. All wideouts, no backs. They'll throw it from the red zone. Catch in the middle, it's Joyner. Touchdown Bears! A great catch and run for 6. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. After this, it'll be a wrap. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play.